Hey there, Light Warriors. More people than ever before are waking up spiritually, and they're starting their ascension journey. And when you start your ascension journey, there are many traps that are set to try to stop you from ascending. And today, we're going to discuss the twin flame soul trap so that everyone could be cautious, conscious, and aware of these traps that are set to actually prevent you from your ascension. So in today's lesson, we're going to learn about the twin flame soul trap, how it traps you, and at the end of this video, we're all going to expose this twin flame trap. Traps are set when you start your ascension journey. The enemy knows that there is going to be a lot of people ascending at this time period. The enemy knows all about you. They know that you're empathic. They know your ways. And they know that a lot of people that go on the authentic ascension journey, they're usually alone. Have you been going through authentic ascension? Right? Some things that are out there on the internet. Do you know about the internet, Light Warriors? A lot of things on the internet, they're kind of changed from its authenticity. But when you are authentically going through ascension, you might not fit in with the world. You might reflect characteristics of the Sigma archetype, and you might be alone. So traps are set because many people that are on the ascension journey, they are alone, right? And there's a reason for this, right? So you have to break free. You have to break free of the matrix. So you have to spend time alone to go through this authentically. So you might see certain things on the internet and say, well, I might as well sign up for this. And there's a lot of things that are part of the twin flame concept that trap you. And if we're conscious and aware, remember, awareness is the precursor to change. When we're aware of things, and we could actually put them side by side as we're going to do throughout this lesson, you could make better decisions and you could see clearly. You might go on the internet, you read all about the twin flame concept. And there are certain characteristics. And, people might tell you, oh, I'm your twin flame. And there's a lot of love bombing that comes with the twin flame. All of these things come under the guise of spirituality. When you start off on your ascension journey, you might break free out of the mold of what's norm because you say to yourself, oh, these people are spiritual. These are good people. Earlier on my journey, I was a disgrace to my people. Who are my people? I'm just a kid from Brooklyn. I grew up in Brooklyn. Yeah. Shout out to all the kings and queens from Brooklyn. Are you from Brooklyn? Let us know in the comments. But growing up in Brooklyn, we learned about scam artists. We learned about tricks. We learned about BS artists, right? These are the things that we learned growing up in Brooklyn. And over the course of my journey, I've always looked and was very cautious about these things. But then I got into spirituality. And I said, oh, well, these are good people, right? And then all of a sudden, people, they start showing you all this love. They start love bombing, so on and so forth. And you read about the twin flame and someone's going to complete you. And then there's other things that are part of this. You have to save your twin flame. It's just you and your twin flame. It's just you and them. And you might have to put up with a lot of BS that you wouldn't have put up with from the things that you learned about on your journey. You see, growing up in Brooklyn, I saw scam artists. I knew better. But because of the guise of spirituality, you might say to yourself, oh, these are good people. You are a person of loyalty. Are you getting this message? Are you a loyal person? And, sometimes loyalty could actually pull you out of authenticity. You might, say, oh, I have to bend over backwards for my quote unquote twin flame. And you're seeing a lot of very interesting narcissistic tactics. But when you read about the twin flame, oh, you have to do this. You have to go through it. You have to pull them up with you. So you might display loyalty. You might be a nice guy, a nice girl. Is that you? And you came across someone that puts you in a confusion loop. Something isn't making sense. This is a design to steal your ascension. And it's very interesting, light warriors. When you overlay many of the twin flame concepts with the same characteristics of the covert narcissists, they go side by side. Isn't that interesting? You are on your ascension journey. You are here to build a better world. You're here to be the lighthouse. The enemy knows that you're empathic and you're a good person. They know how to scout you out. So sometimes when you go into the spiritual communities, you might fall for a trap. You might put your guard down, right? So growing up and learning about scam artists and things like that, that is the love bombing stage of the covert narcissist. These are the ways that this trap can be set, and it prevents you from ascending, because on your ascension journey, there is one power that is above it all, and it is authenticity. When you go on your journey, when you are in the vibration of truth, everything improves. And then all of a sudden things start going wrong when you're out of alignment. That's how you could be a good person. You could be a loyal person. But this trap actually pulls you, right? It pulls you out of your authenticity. So you want to stay focused that sometimes under the guise of spirituality, there are traps that are set to deter you from living your life, from implementing the work that God had planned for you. So there is a major confusion loop, and you might say to yourself, some things aren't adding up, and you might go above and beyond. You might have set boundaries. We did a world famous video on setting boundaries. The link is on the channel page. And when you have set boundaries, all of a sudden those boundaries erode, and then you have been pulled out of your own integrity. So this is a spiritual trap where you could be a person of integrity. Are you tuned in this far into the message? Are you a person of integrity? That's how you could be a man, a woman of integrity. But you're also a person of loyalty, and you want to be loyal, and you say, I need to stick this out, and you're covering for people, right? You're putting up with stuff that you never would have put up with before. And you would have seen things, right? In Brooklyn, we call it street smart, right? You might have been street smart growing up, but when you go into the spiritual community, you almost put your guard down because you assume that everyone is going to be unicorny and rainbowy. Do you know about that? But that's actually not the case. So when you actually look at the twin flame and some of its characteristics, it goes side by side with the covert narcissist. When you go and you start to research and you start expanding, this is the event. It's the expansion of human consciousness. And we expand our consciousness if you are awake and aware. If you're like your Uncle Mike and you're studying I study all day long, light warriors. Oh yeah. And you could say to yourself, how do we expose the fake twin flame? How do we expose? Where is something that we could all shine our light on, shine our attention? There's got to be something. There's got to be a way. God gives me everything. So one day, your Uncle Mike, he's laying on the couch, right? He doesn't have a fancy dress shirt on. He's got the nice comfy shirt. He's laying on the couch. And he's got his little remote. He's looking around the screen, and all of a sudden, your Uncle Mike, he sees something on the screen. He says, "Kingdom spouse?" I said, this has got to be the same. And he clicks on it. And this is your kingdom spouse. You could attract your kingdom spouse. These are the characteristics of your kingdom spouse. And your Uncle Mike is saying, this is the same BS that the twin flame was. It's the same exact thing. Kingdom spouse. All these people attract you. So now your Uncle Mike, he's taking the remote. He starts looking up kingdom spouse. You might have never heard of this before. You might have heard about this twin flame, and you're saying kingdom spouse. Well, which one is it? You could type it in right now, kingdom spouse, and they do the same thing. It's the same trap. It's all the same. Kingdom spouse. Do you know about kingdom spouse? It's all the same thing. Attract your kingdom spouse. These are the covert narcissist characteristics. You're going to get your kingdom spouse. Don't worry. Your kingdom spouse is on the way. No, that's your fake kingdom spouse. It's all the same thing. So which one is it? Twin flame? Kingdom spouse. These are traps that are set. And when we sit back and we analyze, and if you are alert, my grandfather always said, be alert, Mikey. And one day, you come across something and you say, wait a minute. This is the same thing. Kingdom spouse. Yeah, kingdom spouse. There are many traps that are set. If you're so spiritual, if you believe in God, if you believe in energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you just go out and put out your frequency? Hey, maybe you'll pick up someone at the beach, maybe in the supermarket, maybe at the gym. You don't have to do these things because these are subconscious programs, and these subconscious programs pull you out of integrity. It enforces lack. It enforces not being worthy, that it's a struggle. These things will constantly pull you down into a rabbit hole, a spiral, a downward spiral. So whether it's a twin flame narcissist, whether it's a kingdom spouse, right? And you might have heard this for the very first time. Let us know in the comments. Did you ever hear about it? Why don't you go research it? Yeah, type it in. Type it into the search. It's all the same thing. So which one is it? Why don't we take the twin flames and the kingdom spouses and let them figure it out? You see, in the end, light warriors, narcissists destroy each other. There's always got to be a way, and there's always going to be a light warrior to figure it out. So on your journey of ascension, it doesn't matter your background. There are many traps that are set, and you have to not only look at one layer, but you have to go down multiple layers. I encourage each and every one of you to always listen to your gut. Your gut is your second brain, right? Your brain is actually your third brain if you're new to the channel, right? Your brain is, this guy said the brain is the third. Your brain is the third brain. Okay, the heart is first, the gut is second. And if it doesn't feel right in your gut, don't listen to the words, because there's a lot of BS artists out there. That's what we call them in Brooklyn, bullshit artists that are out there. And they're going to try to say things under the guise of spirituality, but they're actually trying to steal and stop your ascension. You're better than that. And these are the things that you have to be mindful of as you go out on your journey of expanding your consciousness and learning all these spiritual things. Here on this channel, we are going to improve in all three phases. So if today's message resonates with you, why don't you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern time, to help you become the greatest version in all three phases, not just in one phase, physically, mentally, and spiritually. We promote balance on this channel. We are here to spread the truth, and we're here to raise the vibrational frequency authentically. Hey, let's strive to become 1% better every single day, because authentically, all you need to do is embody that frequency. And all of a sudden, all of these new people are going to come into your everyday life. So the enemy is clever and cunning, but the light warriors have the light of Christ. Holy Spirit, rain, fire. I am the defender of our everyday lives. No matter what comes your way, light warriors, just keep going. All right, I'm done with this one. So let us know in the comments, what are your thoughts on the twin flame, the covert narcissist? Did you even know that there was such a phrase as the kingdom spouse? Did you research? Do you see the similarities? Which one is it? All comments are more than welcome. I know this might be a triggering video and might spark some cognitive dissonance upon people, but hey, we are on the never-ending quest for truth. We are all on the ascension journey, and we go through trials and tribulations. It's trial and error. That's actually the truthful ascension journey. It's trial and error, and in the end, we're all going to become the greatest version of ourselves. I love you all. Hit the subscribe button. If you're new, please share this video. Let's expand consciousness and let's improve our everyday lives.